You think your team is still doing fine. You don't yell, you don't micromanage, you pay salaries on time, and in your mind, everything is under control. But one day, your best employee resigns. No argument, no warning, just a short message. I've decided to pursue a new direction. And you sit there wondering, what went wrong? The salary wasn't low, the environment wasn't toxic, the workload wasn't overwhelming. So why was your best person the one who left? The answer is something most managers tend to overlook: human psychology. Most managers believe their role is very simple: assign tasks, track performance, pay salaries. But that's not leadership, that's administration. Because people don't work just for tasks, they work for the feeling that the job gives them. And when that feeling disappears, they don't complain, they don't argue, they withdraw, silently. Let me show you what that looks like. Imagine someone on your team. Her name is Emma. Emma is reliable, sharp, proactive, always one step ahead. One day she completes a major project. She stays late, fixes details no one asked her to fix, pushes the quality far beyond expectations. She sends it to you, and you respond, "Looks good, let's move on to the next task." That's it, you're not wrong, but you missed something: recognition. A week later, Emma brings you a new idea, thoughtful, valuable, but you're busy, so you cut her off. Let's stick to the current plan. No discussion, no curiosity. And from that moment, something begins to change. Not immediately, but gradually. She speaks less. She stops sharing ideas. She only does what is required. You look at her and think, she's losing motivation. But that's not true. She's not losing motivation. She's losing her sense of value. Here is an uncomfortable truth. People don't leave because of one major reason. They leave because of small moments. Moments when they feel ignored. Moments when they feel unappreciated. Moments when they feel invisible. And the most dangerous part? All of this happens in silence. By the time they actually leave, it's already too late. A great manager understands this clearly. People come to work for 5 core reasons. First, they want fair and stable income, not necessarily the highest, but enough to feel respected. Second, they want an environment where they can use their strengths. They want to contribute. They want to matter. Third, they want growth, because standing still feels like falling behind. Fourth, they want recognition, not as a reward, but as a signal. I see your effort. Fifth, they want a positive and healthy environment, not perfect, but human. Now the real question is, what should a true leader do? A great manager is not the one who talks the most. It is the one who observes the most. Don't just focus on results. Start paying attention to energy. A person can still deliver work, while mentally they have already left. Silence in your team is not always peace. Sometimes it is a sign of disconnection. Build a simple habit. Pause for a few seconds and recognize effort. Say, "I see what you did. That was excellent." That one sentence can completely change how someone feels. Don't just assign tasks, listen to ideas. You don't have to agree with every idea, but how you respond determines whether they continue contributing or not. Instead of shutting it down, say, "That's interesting. Let's explore it further." Talk about growth early. Don't wait until they resign. Ask, what skill do you want to improve? Where do you see yourself going? Because if they don't see a future, they won't stay in the present. Don't underestimate recognition. Money can keep someone for a while, but feeling valued keeps them for the long term. And finally, build an environment where people feel respected, heard, and safe to be themselves. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be breathable. Because in the end, people don't leave companies. They leave environments where they feel invisible. And that feeling doesn't happen overnight. It builds quietly. So if your team has been quieter lately, if ideas are disappearing, if the energy feels off, don't ask, what's wrong with them? Ask, what did I stop noticing? Because leadership is not about control. It's about empathy. And sometimes the biggest problem in your team is the one no one is talking about. Now I want to ask you something. Are you watching this as a manager or as an employee? If you're a manager, have you ever lost a great employee and didn't understand why? Looking back now, do you think you missed the small signs? If you're an employee, have you ever quietly lost motivation without telling anyone? What caused it? The work? Or how you were treated? Take a moment, be honest. I read every comment, and I want to hear your experience, because true understanding comes from real stories. Share your perspective below, and if this video changed how you see leadership, subscribe, not for motivation, but to understand people more deeply. A great manager must become a master of human psychology, not to control people, but to understand them, connect with them, and never lose them without realizing it. Because in the end, people don't work for companies. They work for how those companies make them feel.